Hello everybody, this is Norm with Two Guys Farming. How you doing? We're back on the rusty map, Sosnovka. Yeah, it's been a while guys, I know I've been away. I've been having a lot of problems with the quality of the videos, frame rates and stuff like that. Still having some issues, not exactly sure what's causing it. I'm not the most technically savvy dude, so a lot of this is trial and error for me, and I'm learning how to do it as I go along, so apologize for that. I'm gonna try and record this episode here, see how it comes out. Yeah, I've been a little disappointed with my frame rates lately. Been playing around with a lot of different settings, as some of you may know if you've watched any other future episodes. I got a new monitor, and that's really kind of changed things up a lot for me, because it requires a lot of tweaking to get it to work well with the game and the computer, and you gotta overclock the monitor and stuff like that, so bear with me. I'm working on it as best I can, but hopefully we'll get it figured out here pretty soon. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on field 19 here, and we're gonna also do some plowing field 14, and maybe some grass cutting. We'll see. I just really, just want to monitor the frame rates. Right now we're about 48, and that's, I'm normally 60 all day long, so I'm losing some frames somehow, somewhere, and I'm not exactly sure how or why. So let me just go ahead and get this guy set up for some plowing. Definitely not 15-meter plow. So we're northwest, going south. Okay, so let's get him. Okay. Alright, cool. So let me just save this. Okay. Alright, so we get that. Let's grab our crystal. I've already got his course loaded up here. Let's go ahead and pair him with the combine. And he should be good to go. Okay, so let's just try. We've got a little silage here, so let's go ahead and get this sold. We've got a little chaff in the bunker. So we'll go ahead and get this in the processor. Yeah, so I've really been struggling trying to understand what's been happening with my frames. So I think it's a part of it is, I don't know if you guys have a NVIDIA card. There's an app called I think it's called GeForce Experience, right? So I could never get that app to work, and I think part of the reason was when I built this computer and I downloaded everything, I downloaded a beta version of that software. And it being beta was not very stable. So the problem that I constantly ran into when I tried to use it was that it would look like it was opening, like it normally, I guess, should or would, but it would literally take 5 minutes. And at the end of the 5 minutes, sometimes it worked, and sometimes it didn't. It would just hung up, and then I would just close it. So I just kind of basically gave up on it because, I don't know, I didn't really have a need for it. So I just never bothered with it. Until I started experimenting a little. I was toying around with the idea of recording recording in widescreen format, because when this monitor is working properly, it's unbelievable. It is amazing. It really is. When it's, again, it's finicky. It, you gotta romance it a little bit to kind of warm it up, but when it's working, it's awesome. There's another game that I play called Squad, which is basically a first-person shooter, and I play that thing on the widescreen at 3440 by 1440, and I usually get around 100 frames, and it is amazing. It really is. So I thought, geez, you know what? Let me see if I can get Farming Simulator. So anyway, I fired up that GeForce Experience thingy, and lo and behold, after a couple of tries, it worked. And what it did was it optimized all of my games. And one of the changes that it made to Farming Simulator was that Farming Simulator always played in widescreen, which was fine because it looks awesome, 3440 by 1440. I mean, it looks great. But when I tried to record in that resolution widescreen, my frames just dropped like crazy. So that's when I really started playing around with everything, trying to get it squared away. So I'm going to shut this off because this is jam-packed. So we're going to hop in our case. But actually, first, let's just check on these guys. Alright, so everything's cool. How's the deer doing? He's cool. Alright, so everyone looks cool over here. So let's hop in our case and cut some grass. That always relaxes me. So anyway, when I record in this game, I have to do a lot of changing around of the settings to get it so that it's not in widescreen. And oh boy, let's see. Hopefully we should be able to pick this thing up. These things love to kind of dance around a little bit. Ooh, good, okay. So I've got to play around with the settings. I have to set it not to full screen but aspect ratio, and I gotta shut off G-Sync because for whatever reason this game does not play well at all with G-Sync. Go figure. No idea why. Every other game, it enhances the gameplay and makes it better, but for some reason, not with this game. So, I don't know, no biggie. So then I just make sure. Alright, so let me just, because you guys know I can't do two things at once. So let's just start cutting this. Unfold, lower, turn on. Okay. So I've got to do a lot of settings, changes to the settings to play this game. And oh, do I have? Oh wow, I got grass that needs to be picked up. Wow, I forgot about that. Obviously, because the grass has grown around it. Okay. So, playing around with a lot of the settings, and basically, it just, it screwed everything up, kinda. To the point where we are almost now. Like right now, I'm getting, my frames are dropping still. I don't know why. And it just kind of messes with the quality of the video. And for me, you know, one of the things I love about this game is just how it looks. And I want it to look good in the videos as well, you know. I don't want it to be all jittery and whatnot. So, and it hasn't been, and that's what's been kind of throwing me for a loop, and I haven't been able to figure out why. So basically, that's why I have not been posting videos as often, because they haven't been coming out as well as I would like them to, quality-wise, and, you know, let's be honest, content-wise as well, but I can't really change that. You know, I just basically, I don't know what it is. You know, this game, I have a blast playing. Oop. Yeah, those are a couple of trees I cut down. I was going to put something here, but then decided against it. But this game is a blast for me. And this channel is, you know, I just enjoy it. You know, it's a great hobby for me. I'm not looking to get, you know, a million subscribers, you know. This isn't a job for me. I don't monetize my videos. I'm not even exactly sure how to do that. You know, I don't get hung up on subscribers and likes and shares and stuff like that. It is fun when people comment and you know, like my videos or whatever, or subscribe, because yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that people are responding positively to it. Yeah, that's cool. But you know, for me, the big thing is I like, you know, when people comment and interact, because that's one of the things I enjoy most about this game is the community. I think it's a really cool community. So that's kind of the way I look at it, you know. I love playing this game, and I do like recording, because I don't know, it adds an extra level for me when I record, knowing that I'm recording it to upload, right? So yeah, I just it's fun for me, and it's really relaxing. So that's why I've been kind of like bummed out that I haven't been able to figure out these little gremlins. And you know, even now it's at 48 frames, 49 frames. I don't know why, you know. So there's like so many things to play with on this PC, right? You know, there's so many like ways to adjust the graphics cards and the CPU and the overclocking, and SLI, and I mean, all of this stuff. There's a lot of tweaking that you can do, which is which is why I like this this PC. I've always been a Mac guy, but I bought this because I am into gaming, and there's some games I wanted to get and whatever. But it's a learning experience for me, and the curve's pretty steep. So I appreciate that you guys you hang with me while I kind of learn these things on my own. Just keeping an eye up on everyone. Seems to be doing okay. The combine's filling up, crystals emptying. We're cutting grass. We'll get this cut, and then I'll go ahead and grab the forage wagon and pick this stuff up. So, and then the other thing that I've really been trying to figure out as best I can is, I've been doing a lot of research on different recording software and stuff like that. I use DX Tori right now. It's the only one that I've used. To me, it worked fine, I think, and it was easy to use. But I've been kind of doing some research, seeing if there's a better alternative out there, and I don't know that there really is. It seems to be like everyone has their own opinion about Fraps or OBS or whatever. And everyone kind of seemed to think, oh yeah, the one I use is great. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wish there were a way to record gameplay without any frame loss. And that was the other thing, shadow play. I read a lot about shadow play. And shadow play you can only access through GeForce Experience, right? So that's why I started trying to tap into that and getting it working, and occasionally it does. But because I have that beta version, and I look on YouTube at other videos about shadow play, and the front end is totally different. So I guess my alternative is to roll back the version that I have, but I don't know if I want to get into that, because that's not something I'm totally jazzed about doing. So, and then some things I've read about shadow play, they were like, yeah, shadow play is awesome, and other people were like, no, it's not. So it's like there's so much information out there. It can be a challenge at times to be able to read and sift through it. But I'm just glad that I'm able to record a decent. See, it just hit 60, which is good. Hopefully this looks alright. Let me just stop here and check on the combine. Looks like he's done. And 23-5 is not ready to be done, so we'll stop him here. And let's call. There he is. We'll just empty our 5%. Check on the John Deere. Oh, he's doing good. Awesome. Yeah, so when he's done with this, we'll grab the seeder. Get that started. Alright, so these guys, they're getting it done. So we'll just finish up this little piece here, and then we'll grab our forage wagon. I know for like consoles, you can get like a game capture thing, right? And I guess that's pretty good from what I've learned reading about it, because it seems to be able to allow for very little frame drops, because it's technically like a piece of hardware external to the console. But I don't know that there's anything like that for the PC, or if there is, I haven't been able to figure it out, or find it rather. So, but it would be nice to just plug something in and be able to record it with that without any frame drop at whatever resolution. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys know of anything out there, or if you have any suggestions or ideas, let me know. Because I'd really like to be able to figure this out once and for all. And I guess in all of this, I've abandoned the idea of recording in widescreen at 3440 by 1440. Because it just, although there seem to be people doing it, I can't figure out how. I try and duplicate what they're doing, and yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. So, anyway, let me go ahead and get this stuff squared away. Oh. And then the other thing that's been kind of taking my time up a little bit more is I've been learning how to use Blender. So that's been an adventure. So yeah, I mean, basically I want to start to learn how to use that stuff so that I can try and make a mod at some point, but that's a long ways off. But yeah, I've been there's obviously a lot of YouTube courses out there, so I've been playing around with those and having a good time, actually. I mean, it's a little bit frustrating at times, but it's also been a lot of fun, because I'm going to drop this and let's see if we can get it to settle in. I'll back into it a little bit. Sometimes that helps. Okay. Come on now. Oh, no, it's gonna go over. So I gotta... This thing is crazy. Oh my gosh. See, the V key, as it indicates right there in the menu, is supposed to lower it to the ground, but it doesn't. And I think that's part of the problem, because when you drop it from this distance without the legs down, watch. See, now the legs are coming up, and that's what makes it kind of teeter-totter. And then sometimes I'll back into it, and that sometimes will get it to stop. Oh man. Alright, let me try this before it topples over. Let me see if I can get next to it. There we go. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, that's a little funky, but anyway. And then And this thing here, when you drop it, it tends to like want to tip forwards. So let me try and just put it right up against it. I'm going to try and lower it, but no, it doesn't want to lower. Okay, so that worked out okay. So yeah, Blender, really interesting. I don't know if any of you have played around with that stuff, but Blender is basically a 3D modeling tool, and this tractor and trailer and probably just about everything you see here was either created with Blender or another 3D modeling tool called Maya. So those are pretty much the two most well-known. Maya is very expensive from what I understand. Blender is free. You can achieve and accomplish, it looks, or at least what I've learned, pretty much the same results. I mean, they definitely have different functionality, and I'm sure one has pros and cons over the other one, but for the most part, Blender is what I would probably say the vast majority of modders use. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I like building stuff. So I was, as a kid, really into the models. I know it's obviously a lot different, but so I enjoy that stuff. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of online courses or whatever, YouTube videos, you know, stuff like that. And you know, I'm slowly but surely, I'm kind of getting there. It's to the level of sophistication. If you've ever used like Photoshop or Adobe Premiere, you know, it's to that level of complexity. So it, you know, it will take me, you know, a year plus, I would imagine, before I'll be able to, you know, really do anything competently. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. I've been basically just learning the basics, you know, the interface and the concept and how it works and the different ways of moving things around and shapes and, you know, stuff like that. So I can definitely see that I've made some progress, because in the beginning I was like, oh man, this is impossible. But you know, I don't feel like it's impossible anymore, so I guess that's pretty good. So but yeah, I mean, I think it would be really cool to make the deers done. So let me go finish him up. You know what? While we're here, let me just pull up. Okay, so let me get rid of this. And so I think this. So right now, yeah. So the resolution I have at 2560 by 1440. The GPU 1 is at 52% and GPU 2 is at 52%. And the maximum frame is 50 and the average 51 and the average is 50. So I'm looking at the upper right hand corner. And to me, that's what is weird, because I should be getting, both my GPUs are at 50% capacity. So basically I'm using one of them. So I should be able to get more frames, but it's not a matter of frames per se, it's a matter of the recording software being able to record. But I don't know, that's what I gotta figure out. Anyway, Just wanted to take a look at that. I guess we'll put this right in here where we normally do. Okay. And we'll grab our cultivator. Wow. Okay. Huh. That was interesting. Tipping over. I don't remember almost doing that before. I thought these things stayed pretty close to the ground. I don't know. Alright, so we'll cultivate this. You can see we got some great straw and hay storage. So we're getting ready for the animals for sure. It's just a matter now of buying them. So we've got to we got to figure out what our TMR solution will be. Whether or not we're gonna buy a implement to make TMR. There is a mod out there. I believe it's Marhu's mod. Where you just drop in hay and straw bales and silage, and then it mixes it together, and then you just drive your tractor and trailer under it, fill it up, and then dump it. That might be a solution. I think we'll probably go, at least for now, with the cheapest solution. This is one of my favorite cultivators. It's a good looking tool. Does a great job. Never seems to like really get in the way when you're driving around with it, turning and whatnot. We've got our you know what, why don't we do that? Got our Fent over there. But the Fent does not like courseplay at all. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and get this fired up over here. And the way we do that is we're going to copy this course and so basically he's just copying the course of the combine. Which, speaking of, let's shut it off. But first, let's send the driver home. And we're just going to pull him out of the way so that he doesn't get in the way of the deer. You have to keep this course active on the combine for the deer to be able to follow it like he is now. So now we'll hop in the Fendt. Yeah, see, this thing has been really weird too. That is the in-cab view. You ready? This is the in-cab view. That's the in-cab view. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm like hanging off the side. Yeah. So this thing is becoming increasingly more and more problematic, which is not good. Alright, so I gotta fix this. Wasn't going in reverse. Yeah, so this mod, I don't know what the deal is, but it's a little, doesn't really work well at all with course play. It's a little buggy. And, you know, I'm not going to give the modder a hard time. One, I wouldn't give a modder a hard time about anything. But I think for this guy, I don't know if you guys know the history about this mod, but this modder that developed it, I think he's a German guy, or Swiss, or something like that. I guess he gave access to a couple people for them to test it or whatnot, and then one of those people released it, which was a really shitty thing to do. So then in response to that, the actual modder, he said, well, you know what, I kind of got screwed over here, so I'm going to release the mod. It's not done. So, I mean, that's kind of the deal with this. It's still, even with its little quirks, it's still an awesome mod. I mean, look at it. It's just really, really nice. So he has been patching it. There's been one patch, I believe. He has said that he'll continue to patch it. But yeah, kind of a lousy situation where, you know, you trust people and they screw you over. But, you know, I mean, that's kind of like, that's life, you know? So, you know, what are you going to do? Unfortunately, oftentimes the response of a modder when this happens is they then say, oh, well, I'm keeping everything private. I'm not going to release it anymore, which is too bad. Because, you know, one or a couple of bad apples, they spoil it for everybody. So, it's unfortunate. Alright, so we're just about done here. We should be able to get that. So then we're gonna do some fertilizing. Oh, let me just get that little piece of grass. There we go. Little suspension seat going up and down. It's a really, I mean, look at, I mean, that's just a good looking mod. Alright, so we got that done. go ahead and fold it up. Like such. Looks like the John Deere is just about done. Just give this a quick rinse. I always like to, if I can, put this stuff away clean. Okay. There is our front. Now that little front end device there we cannot use. I've found out. And the reason we can't use it is because you can only use it to scoop hay and straw in loose piles, not in bales. So that's that. Where do you get all these weights? I seem to have a lot of weights lying around. So that is what I was going to use to make TMR, just because it's, you know, it's really inexpensive, and I think for our needs it would have been ideal. But no can do. Alright, so I think we can put this away. Actually. Without hitting the wall, if possible. Okay. So let's grab... The deer's all done. Cool. We just go and pick up these bits and pieces here. Oh, well, there we go. That will help if you put that down, I think. That's what I heard, not sure, but we'll try it. Alright, cool. Alright, so just head over here. So I think we're going to keep this episode pretty short. I'm anxious to see how it looks in editing. I'm hoping that I'm getting closer to getting this figured out once and for all. It would be really cool to record in the widescreen 3440 by 1440, because it looks amazing. It really does. I mean, it's crazy how nice it looks. I mean, it's just, yeah, it looks as real as you can imagine it being. It's that good. Okay, so a couple more over here and then we're done with this. last one. Okay. How do we get rid of this? Turn off baler. Unload baler. Okay. So let's go wash this up, put it away, and I think we'll just go ahead and put the crystal away. Grab the crystal. Still got these wood chips. We were hoping to get a run on the market, but that has not happened as of yet. So, let's see if we can wash all of this. I think the hose is a little bit longer on this mod. Well, I'm not sure, but we can definitely, yeah, I think it is, because this seems to be a lot longer than you can normally go with it. So I'll get this done. Wasn't that dirty. This thing's still pretty clean from the last. And then this thing here is pretty. And this doesn't get dirty with the exception of the tires. Only the tires on this get dirty. Which is too bad because that's probably my favorite Deere mod. Easily my favorite John Deere mod. Alright, so go ahead and put this away. Okay, and leave that there. Put our cover on. And we'll drop this over here. Huh. Gotta fix the shuttle on this too. So we'll go ahead and put this right next to the crampe. And might as well grab the cedar here. No use in bringing out. Oh, excuse me. No use in breaking out the big one. What can we plant with this thing? Just pretty much. Yeah, I guess we'll. Okay. So we'll just kind of up over here. Okay. And let's hop in the Deere. We'll fertilize 14. I thought it was going to be too far away. This will be more than enough. Alright, so we'll get this ready for the next episode. We'll go ahead, we'll fertilize this. I'll go ahead and pick those bales up, and then yeah, we're pretty good to go. Alright guys, well, hey, again, sorry for the delay in posting. I'm hoping this video is going to be okay, and I'm going to continue to try and figure this stuff out so I can bring you guys good quality videos with decent content. I think that's my deal. I'm so concerned that the videos aren't great. I just want to make sure the quality is. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.